enkomo ahodo pina no ana ye ne wo pacho hye so ba me say your numbers no 0550596929 0550596929 0550567929 numbers are no pay you. And thank you so much for making time with us. Now, yatrasi no enkomo ahodo pina no ana wo hwa do pay ye ne wo edi say ye kase no Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia promise ye abra wo kopie mu e wo Bono East ene ne mantemo say the nursing training college student womo allowances emma ye no obe make sure say aban ebehwe through the Ministry of Finance na afi womo atimi atua arrears akamu ne nyina no e de afi ho no pay ye no obedi ho enkomo na afi yahwe ba bia sankomo nyina no ebeko akwakosi. Now the National Democratic Congress, the minority in parliament, kasa na why ana kasa the minority leader Racho Forsen chemo say bebia sidi no ahoɔden enam sese no. I mean ababe quite problematic. Esan say oshe sidi no against the dollar. It is nothing to write home about. For that reason no ni susu yemo no ofri say Ghana 24 airbre na Ghana 24 airbre so dia the end user no ana end consumer no many umie no ana yabesofa esan say eniema buo no kosro anesa. Then he goes further to say the vice president SS watena se na wohwe say eniema etisa ni nyina no entotua ni nyina no ebetimi akoye. He's on a campaign tour ana hosa hewa platforms. So for that reason, he's calling the vice president to really pay much attention to eniema ekoso within the economy. Now we'll make sure say obetimi a resolve ama eye Ghana 24 so dodo na no ho etimi atowo mo na ni nyina no eye part of eye parliament wo mo nhyiamudi a wo mo afrase a enkomodi ahodo pina no ekoso ndra ana oni nsem trofo so edi nkomo ekasa. You'll be bringing you that eye tape no shortly na yetimi ede ho enkomo na afei so Oshedie air generally the effect of a year the city's depreciation and the impact have a year the general business ewo minimum traders wo mo air kwakofa niema importers importing niema ede aba wo mo air kwakotu as wholesalers na afi the retail business no the end consumer won so kodwa so a obenya bi atono the impact any excesses eba especially even on the banking sector money being so and say Ghanaian banks are not in good standing. Majority of them now nisika because of a year domestic debt exchange program are buying ede abba any a year haircut some of the institutions had to take to be able to ensure say you bet me a restructure economy the excesses any impact and ye hu esunsun so do na ewo a year the exchange rate as so many a year experts believe say currently, as we speak, the banks in Ghana are not necessarily doing well. Majority of them now, any idea of performance, are quite encouraging. Now, banks, as so far, it's generally affect adibia ewo or my God, any expect ebede home komo sesia na afe yaje adwen trading in ampacho for one so de ebra questions be a will be fabra you baking kind in at the amount 0550596929 0550567929 numbers are yede juma anopay mamemfa asedani bi Emascon Estate Ghana Limited na anopay womwada roma mpacho womo tonsase womonsase de manso twebia no ene ho ne titu se wo nkra ha na wato asase da abaya Jeffrey wonsema obehu se de mekan no eso mfaso pa baabi a wobeto asase a mpacho obenya wasomdwe na afi project a wo ye no watimi afocus on it na waye ni nyina no ayade a very important especially se open property e won nkra ha no ma esese utimi ema wani ekoho na afi utimi ewie wo project no Emascon Estate for ana aton sase e won sase e wo Chopolia ene womoton e de ama Ghana fo nyina obi a wo interest se onso obeye property owner na afi watimi ahese enema nyina no ebewie peye ama wani so ade huno no abem no mpacho asase de valuable asset eno nti nti anopei wokɔ ɛyɛ Mascon Estate Ghana Limited for hɔ a wɔn ɛne obedi nkɔmɔ na afei wɔn ama bi atɔ pacho 70 by 100 30,000 Ghana cedis ɛno ɛyɛ one plot open half plot nso a yɛbɛtwa ɛde ama ɛno ɛyɛ 15,000 Ghana cedis na ɛni gyesɛm no ɛne sɛ yɛma the opportunity na sika ya mabɔ so nyina no watua half of it and wachi no yɛbɛma abosomi nsia 6 months na afei half no a aka no watimi ɛde akyekya ne nkakra abosomi bia de obenya bia no na watimi ɛde akɔ na ɛtimi aboa ma wo nso o property no ɛne wani so ade hono no ɛtimi abam afei mo a mo tie mi a mo pɛ ɛyɛ land for commercial purposes mo pɛ sɛ mo yɛ project akɛse na ɛtimi boa mo business a mo yɛ afei obi a wo pɛ sɛ oyɛ sɔfo usi wa nkasa wa sorry dan no anopɛ o pasase na o de asi wa bra ma so twebia ene ho a Mascon Estate e wa asase no ne kɛseɛ mu pa a wo betumi atwa bi ɛde ama ɛno nti sɛ asɔre na wo pɛ sɛ wosi hospital mo a mo yɛ filling stations a mo pɛ nsase mo a mo bie schools a mo pɛ sɛ mo nya nsase a mo de besi mo infrastructure ni nyinaa no anopɛ Mascon Estate nsase de pacho obenya hotoso ne pa na watimi ɛde asi ɛbɛboa wo yie wa wo pɛ sɛ wo yɛ event center wa wo pass ase ɛde asi shopping mall ananso sɛ a warehouse a wobɛtumi ɛde wo nneɛma ahodoɔ na ade agu hɔ no mo no anopɛ wɔn ɛwɔ ne nyinaa bi ɛwɔ hɔ no mo a deɛ wo pɛ bi a acres bi a wo pɛ bi a no wɔn bɛtumi atwa ɛde amount pacho oni wɔn ɛni nkɔmɔ yɛwɔ nsase nso a yɛayɛ demarcation no for community your friend is a communities one kasa air build enti open gated community mo atena open baby a friend estate ni bi mo atena ho na wo de open se wo to asase ni bi na wo si wo dan a ni nyina no demarcation no me pacho wo mo aye ne dada eno nti anopei woni wo mo di nkomo ade wo pe bi a ene wo sika bi a ekra obi a no wo be make sure se wo nso wo be ba ye ejapade ra na wo to aye asase free Mascon Estate Ghana Limited for hwa wo mo chow 20 bags of cement free of charge na womu wia womu de eye 200 pieces of blocks ede aka ho ede amount na afei watimi ede ahye udwumadie no ase anopei woni womu eni nkomo se wo nkran ha ene ne mpatemu ampacho obekọ eye Sprinters Road no eso ewo community 18 junction womu ene allied filling station no edi enhwe ni mo ewo KFC no enchen ho apɛ se oni eye enkran so na owo any of the cities ekrobia wasubia no mpacho to asase won kran na ebeboa mofra no dache papa for one one pay na woni wo any enkomo 0553 840 646 0553 840 646 na woni wo any enkomo anopay wo ebeje wo so pa obetumi so afre 0209 155 437 0209-155-437 na wone Mascon Estate Ghana Limited for any enkomo na anopei womo bedomo na wonso wanya asase a wo project no ebetimi awie peye ede amount St. Louisa local rice eye Ghana mo pacho maka hwansem no ede akire obebre anopei open rice a wode ye rice water kama na ede a pacho St. Louisa open rice a wode benwa wo jollof wo fried rice wo rice balls no a wo ye ni nyina no open mo a eso na anuncio ede aye papa nuane nuru ahodo ni nyina no wom yemfa ahwe emfrɛ mu the natural nutrients ni nyina no obenya ede free mu a eye St. Louisa local rice ane mausa akwanya no eno nti anopei wa wo pretty restaurant wa wo kɔ event ahodo ase ekoye nuane eton wa wo pɛ bi ayisu ofie oni St. Louisa local rice for any enkomo afi wotie me unyaya ubetu dudu mu na wonso watimi aton bi baabi a wo bia region bia wo bia no mpacho obetimi edo sika aba behjem yebetu mu no ne dodo mu ama na wonso watimi akwakoton bi na afi abedane o business a obenya mfaso dodo na no ede free so Ghana kuafo ana yeboa wo mu ma wo mu kuayo no etimi asigina papa eno nchi anopai otomo free St. Louisa local rice na wo boa se afofro nso enya adwuma enye mpacho anopai fro wo numbers no on 0546 242343 0546 242343 and after 0277 452742 na one eye St. Louisa local rice for any enkomo ope wo mo kira kwan ewo nkran ha wo mo ewo eye La Paz adjacent the Ecobank na wakoho na one wo mo edi nkomo anope wo mo so eka ho bi ana aboaye ma yede ma chedwumadie no Edini nyinano ede bro. Checking your time, it's 50 after 7. 92.9. Mo amuti or radio suni nyinano anope yeda mwasimpa. On television, we are live Kessben TV. So say you su DSTV channel 364. Go TV channel 121 and on your normal free to air. Unya live so multi TV digibox so as well unya no pay and thank you so much for joining us na anope ye ne wo edi enkomonti ma wadwenche ni nyina no emra na yebeje na yakenkan ni nyina no edi about na minko ye juma emra Mr. Prince Obri Yaboa banking and economist consultant and opay many bedin commercially. But before I made Mr. Obri Yaboa bebe mono ma yenko parliament na yentie the minority leader Rakesela to force and bra SM Trofwa woni omo edi nkomo about some of the challenges a war a year economy no emo na afeya ba yene Mr. Yaboa atwa enkomo de so yentie minority leader bra
compared to the current 14 cedi. We want to use this opportunity to urge the Vice President to quit his offbeat dancing on the campaign trail and focus on the dancing cedi. There's a lot awaiting our country as a result of reckless mismanagement by Alhaji Bawumia's government. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, you recall that when the NDC government was exiting power in December 2016, under the leadership of then President John Mahama, the cedi was trading at 3 cedis 80 pesos to $1 compared to the current 14 cedi 95 pesos as at to the US dollar as at yesterday. And I'm hearing that today the cedi is trading at $1 is trading at 15.05 as at to today. Shockingly, but not surprisingly, the Vice President, who doubles as the chair of the government economic management team, Alhaji Bawumia, has told Africa Watch that the cedi has performed better under his supervision. This is a palpable lie, of course. Statements such as this from Alhaji Bawumia have significantly damaged his reputation, as many people treat them with contempt it deserves, or at best, comic relief. Many businesses and households have questioned the voodoo conclusions of Alhaji Bawumia on the fall of the Ghana cedi on his watch. How is Alhaji Bawumia able to look Ghanaians in the face and claim that the exchange rate of 14 cedis 95 pesos to $1 in 2024 is better than the 2016 year-end 3 cedi 80 pesos to $1? This is ridiculous and very embarrassing. The fact do not bear him out on the fall of the cedi, just as they do not bear him out on other matters, including the payment of nursing training allowances. It should be a matter of concern to the Vice President that while Ghanaians hold the constitutional office that he occupies in high esteem, same cannot be said for his words. Many traders and businesses continue to wonder how Alhaji Bawumia arrives at these absurd conclusions and continues to bear his chest as a manager of the economy. At a time that prices of goods and services continue to rise, purchasing power is on the decline, businesses are relocating from Ghana, and many people are checks as of today at the commercial banks and forest bureaus and businesses suggest that the following are some of the reasons why the Ghana cedi is dancing. 1, there is a strange policy on mixed cash reserve ratio recently implemented by the Bank of Ghana. 2, there's an increase on budgeted fiscal spending, which is fueling demand for exchange rate, in fact, foreign exchange. And let me take this again. There's an increase on budgeted fiscal spending, which is fueling demand for exchange rate. Simple put, the government is spending off budget. So much that those that they are paying are using the money to purchase US dollars. And that is why the dollar is depreciating. There's again lack of confidence in the banking sector, resulting in currency substitution. Moreover, we've seen a lower cocoa production, resulting in the lowest export in 2 decades, due to the mismanagement of the cocoa sector. There's an uncontrolled corruption, obviously, in the President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia's government. We call on President Akufo-Addo to, among others, to one, order his appointees to release the effects that they have stashed in their homes to the public, so that
Kessben
there will be enough forex in the market. We also call on President Akufo-Addo to adhere to the fiscal consolidation and curtail excessive spending.
Kessben. Mami nko ahomane so na my name is Sobri yeboa eni enkomo. Sobri, what you mean? Good morning. Thanks so much. Adope wenya ye ho abotre agina so amayen.
So, Mr. Speaker, very good morning. Good morning to your cherished listeners and viewers.
Very well. Yeah, that's it. Now, Mpombo ko there.
Nyamiadom bibiya boko.
Yeah, that trade ampoase once again, mame and now I say any wabotre. And see, utie the minority leader in Ghana's parliament are clearly among some of the reasons in Tia said ye kasa no pay no Ghana yen cedi no as against the United States dollar no. I mean, ahwadeno ba na eba from against the dollar. Now, the edikaino or say the government is spending out of budget, and there is an increase a year spending on a year the fiscal budget. One more a year for 2024. Two, he goes back to say, sir, there is lack of confidence in banking sector no emo. For that reason no it is amounting to some of these challenges three, or say the low level of cocoa production is equally affecting this. Now his belief again no and it's encrophone so or the forex in their respective homes and afi oba the maize cash reserve policy and our program Bank of Ghana for that matter, and so I implement here. A part of the reasons affected the year. Is that really correct as an economist and a banking consultant from where you sit?
No, Mira, my man Sanda was here, and I no pay main Kasabi go straight to the point. Mesha Shia said Ghana as a country and as an economy. You must go beyond the usual rhetoric statements here. Yeah, ma. Now, they address the national challenge. And Pimpi, you take the light. I will never Pinketini, make a voice head. By your career, no be a quartier than other.
Okay.
You need to be a hosono, the situation, agency. Nansa na me deal with specific. Say, Oshe, the free fall of the CDA, shall to the year 2021, right after the 2012 January election, 2020 January election. Say, what here for Bekaya, time a year to 2020 January election, the CD to dollar was still hanging around 6.7, around 6 thereabout. Then the focus at the time, no year to the focus was breaking the 8. That time, no fuel per liter was also below 8 cedis, 8 Ghana cedis. While the Niamasha say, air rising. When you buy a photo, any tempers why I could do. Now, I'm saying that we must move beyond little bitterness. Now, I'm calling because how highway, every 6 months, your baba can't watch them.
Okay.
I had the same old school theory, you buy me a becker, you import, also say you export into your balance of trade, a negative, blah, blah, blah. Question I say, you say, a dear throughout the year, a do baby and let's stabilize. Are we telling ourselves that during those moments, you import to your man?
Okay.
I think that there should be a detailed research, investigation to help the whole country and find out. A dear pan do baby, no akoka humam was sura. Ya na akofa sama ni we getting a dear bab. Yeah, agency more.
Mr. Ebo, I don't know about to us, but are we saying, sir, with the particular point I'll make it here, and we do not really know the reason here, Banessa as a country, and
Mira, me kind of credit a chewa. we are too academic in our solutions.
Okay.
We are too academic oriented when we are prescribing solutions to the problems of this country. Now, what you mean, sending me embark on a visit outside and make an international conference.
Okay.
Now, one of the things I knew was about digitization and innovation and economy need general things in the news. Me share there na me say, me go back in the archives, na me share all countries, their balance of payment balances by the end of the year, and I me pick it 5 years back. Mira, wouldn't say US for the last 5 years, our balance of trade and as a balance of payment has consistently been deficit. The whole area seen it's a area seen a 100 million deficit here. US is a 200 million deficit. As a trend say, US and Nema we import to the mining and Nema we export to the mining. We import more than the export to. Yet you see the need very stable.
The dollar no.
The dollar is stable.
Yeah.
On my China, area seen the woman here then abu woman. I was shocked to note say China crowd balance of trade deficit. China.
Women say more importation than exports.
Yeah, sure.
I see. Even baby omodri.
Baby omodri now. So the question why I was asking myself, me busa me wanna say say na woman na de tie de a. Ene aba ne senko na Ghana de. De bia no yensu ani akoka say yesibi no ene ye balance of payment ye import ene ye export ne talent niema nkoye mo man no. What is causing this? The American say, "Oma edi tumi asha omunsa no. Omunya more than what we are doing because your solution is becoming too academic theories. Now you share what is wrong and send them a one of the main reasons why Akofa had the huge deficit in about the Biami economy known depreciating has to do with the fact that but ye kwaji sikase de baba ye dwumadi bia eniema esese de ye no ye mfanye den enye economic benefit and employment esese sa bosia ye kwaji en ebe create no ni nyina ebe ye vacuum e de to ho no ma enkoso a very sad situation and me ramen no me nemu nyina me WhatsApp status me de to some producer comment me sisi kana hye me kofu Uber ewo me fu Uber from Pearson Airport because me call Canada needed to come to US and back to Canada and then me come Mississauga Canada with the same territory now and the Uber charging me 27 Canadian dollars. Your Visa card there that's what I paid 304 Ghana cedis. Canadian dollar. And who said no.
You see, can a week?
The second is 2 weeks. The truth of the matter is that some of the issues the minority are saying, factual. But I want us to deviate from this political and academic theory. Me did say, and the minority than Kwana Eka. Either PIWC, another price copper house for a research be about 6-8 months ago. Eba Bontebe can say Ghana for confidence in your local currency no kwane kopom. So Ghanaians are now holding their hard currencies in the US dollars. And same way Ghana need be any average income earner. Our woman prefer say obe only dollar account than say obe converting Isika into cedis. Na eno kwa ne yankofo a sabe ye fomu the middle income level for sabe omu adwunu no omu nimdiem kakae den ewo so a ohu se odisika ne koto bank a person of koye bidu amanoni a obehia sa statement no as evidence enti na amu disika ne den ekọ no dodoɔ naa no prefer sɛ ɔmo bɛki po ɔmo sika yɛ den ɛwɔ fie ntia they don't have confidence in the system and the government is also not doing enough. I do admit ɛmɛ bi ɛni hɔ a ɛwɔ ɔmo mu a ɛhyɛ obi kyenkyena kyɛn sɛ wɔwɔ sika afakɔ ɛdɛn fakɔto bank nti that law there's no law of such nature ɛwɔ ɔmo mu but ɛmɛ so sɛ the government must consistently engage the public and appeal to their conscience to make them understand say sika yɛde ɛɛto efie in the name of USD no ɛsunsun transport ɛmɛ economy ne yɛ den ɛngrow. Unfortunately, we are in the political season. What do? Everybody wants to do everything humanly possible to win power. I'm afraid. And, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
And same way in America. See the way a shall say an ante to such a no. Ghana for one paying your day empty. As of January 2nd, 2024, next city to US dollar to CD no 11 CD may quote Bank of Ghana figures in a toda omu di sika ne beto a na minim de niema we be continue every year there Bank of Ghana ebe post CD to dollar na ma download it week bi omu ye bia no ma download the ego for that references 2nd January next CD to dollar was 11 CD 87 pesos. Say, oh, quota 11 cities, 88 pesos. Then, back in December, I was speaking against it. Say no, the Persia city no any way in AC kono. Obibeka say ayanketenkete there because November it was also 11 cities, 61 pesos. Even in December, the city was depreciating, and the name who and me say, and that conversation we be very soon was that. Your IMF bailout program.
Yes.
IMF only support. So during this period, unya forest, every
IMF, yeah,
a honum, and all things being equal, it is expected say because we are getting that backup or that backing or support from them, no, the city should be a bit stable. That time, no, the city was depreciating. Again, we were in the month of December. In which at that time, no, most of our traders na kofo mu niema from on near them, they don't exchange so much forest. Still, the city was depreciating, and I was just giving the alarm. The third thing is that within the same space of December, Christmas. They come in with a lot of forest. 3, still the city was depreciating, and the most significant one. Because of the debt exchange, we are not committing our resources so much in servicing our loans.
Our debt, yes.
So, our debt. These 4 factors, now from where I sit, it should be enough for us to enjoy some level of stability.
One for good for oil now, Kahon.
And no more, dear, Semetnasia Namede. Me normal demand and supply economic no at the totoa me said them really
okay
because ukuta 1 gallon of oil so ukoton na dwama so ubenya 50 cedis ukuta gold of certain tons ukoton abenya the same 50 cedis now said the time around there may pay direct swap once the two products has the same demand within the market. So, but couldn't demand the market in our brands and was changing there. The argument will hold. But once the two products have the same competitive demand, and you can easily convert each of them to get the forest to buy this, I'm not so much into it. So,
yes, but no. The assumption was that gold for oil, no, instead of say, you bet dollars, in terms of forex, bebre na yedi akwakokra oil no ediaba no. Now, Bank of Ghana through PMMC, to gold, the free a year and crop which is local miners. Now, the quantum of gold that Womu Benyano will rather help us because the traders are Womo ton oil were willing to trade in that kind of mineral resource. And instead of using dollar in going to purchase, your friend is saying, oil, no, and then import them into our country, no, we would rather go with the mineral called gold. Said the dollar, no, we can have it stabilized in our country. Na enkonko yes scarce. The more reason why I was drawing your attention to it.
All right, maybe I made that say. We'll leave that debate for some other time. Let's deal with the substantive issues. And see, in summary, the confidence within the economy, no, aquaform, and Ghana for being rational human beings felt like the sika koto dollar, we are more protected than say you keep your sika in city. And I think within this short period, I did ask Akofa Baron say, Oshe Ghana Yemerema. As a second company do operate to Ghana, by the ending of April, who submit our returns at the registrar and the controller general's department. And who submit our returns and who previous year under this 2023. Duma Udi ye Niam Faswan and after me Yam Faso. And Pempino say no audited account near my own shedder and submitting from my registrar and controller general. Yana adding so with my remit. Profit maybe Ediako.
Okay.
And as soon as April no ever and even international companies, you know, by February no has here then our the two account to we our say. So these are the major factors here influence the free fall of the city. But we must go beyond the theories, we must go beyond the political pusher, we must go beyond the decision I need to retain power at all costs. Now you now come back to the table. What is wrong? Again, you bet me amana ye said the beya ye bema ye see no afan and toma pie and efra. Dear Kwame, you are Nyasempa and Fama or mine.
Yes, Mr. Obi, but we are looking for solutions, and very importantly, no, the aspect of the say, because just as you mentioned, I mean, the anticipation were that IMF conditionality idea who akwa no one, domestic debt exchange program, restructure your debt, domestically, and coupons krana a deal, some of the financial securities are due as I buying etua coupons and then interest and everything are buying into ya suspend it for some time. And forex, I mean, we were supposed to get it. So far, IMF am my 2 trenches, about $1.2 million, and I yensaka out of the $3 billion. For that reason, I will equally suggest and think say. A chrome had say ye can say $1 no ewaha ye per dollar edi akokra niema as business people are SSA ye nyebi. So why is it say it becomes a cycle ya kwa sa babedru the point say no dollar no akwakwa ye scarce intino amane bo abeyeden. And for that reason no SSA was seed ni bebre ansa na wo de anya dollar kuma bi so niema na wo pese wo de kra what me edi akra. What should be the core solutions, Ebema, yetimiya sustain, especially going into the other quarters of the year?
Mr. Speaker, the first Futua Medibema Abayane only by an example. The Ghana who said Abayano Tuanamoan, a Sessayan so Diemo in Disua to the larger extent. And Niema bit my stable.
Okay.
The second is that the government must adopt moral suasion. So, moral suasion here. We must come to appeal to the conscience of Ghanaians to make us understand that you hold this kind of implications. You hold them all minor. You are saying the kosra and found what genesis and my from being aqua akaho. And the government must also use the moral suasion. The third solution, Maakye said, I don't want to prescribe academic theories. Say, you increase export. Within the short term,
increase export.
The third point is that the political equalization must also be minimal. When I say the political equalization, and NPP ewo opposition ekwaya omo di NDC fast no NDC your opportunity now also the NPP be facility. And Mr. Speaker, it will surprise you to know say the civil depreciation now a woman says could be attributed to the political entrepreneurs' decision to hold or to release dollar into the economy.
I see.
I am using the word political entrepreneurs. We have MPP political entrepreneurs and we have NDC political entrepreneurs. And here you go through me appealing to the political entrepreneurs because in the year 2000, no many as I see a Kiba na me yini me secondary school. Me kai ye be to ba ni ewa de John Rollins eteso eni me course wo Kumase. We dina ho wani ye cha wo mene. E ma sidi ni depreciate ya ani edi two. And this aban edi guye. In the year 2008, we should go back and check the year 2008. Kufo was why Olusegun ni me do baby he has fall out with Ghanaians. The same fast and steady depreciation here then. Eba so e ma niam boy here then bebre 2016 and chair wetiefo nyina bekai. Those are businessmen and the businesswomen na omo the economy nima omo affiliated themselves to political party. And when they want the political party they belong to come into power, they do everything within their powers to make sure that you also fail so that the political equalization when you see must also come to an end.
Yes, but at the end of the day, no, I don't know who will you blame because at the end of the day, Ghanaians at a certain level of authority at their shy are buying any institutions and some say, I mean, there's a regulator of this whole financial sector. And how possible say such individuals, would want to take advantage of the system, knowing very well those regulators, must equally apply the law. Why do we allow people say one more working into forest bureaus, one more working into banking halls, not one more withdraw dollars, say from an anekra background, I mean, and for bank baby, then the issues of money laundering equally comes in. Why do we allow some of these things whilst we have institutions that they are supposed to be the watchdogs against some of these things to ensure say economy no obia and me and take advantage of it to the benefit at the expense of the general populace?
Mira, who watches the watchman? The very institutions now, to enforce the laws, they are also complicit when it comes to some of these things. And
interesting.
The truth of the matter is that once you know the political bigwigs, or nananom ebako, now when you are certain group of people to be do a chair, even when you have flouted the law near the court, at the court premises and kofobe jahobeye demonstration at the certain judge. But the truth, you cry a certain come here and say, say answer a choir ya fast or chicken or my way, and ya dear or my way, a what that. And political parties, who anything wrong with, they go through. All that they are interested is to win political power. There, and Anna, your vice president, a bono, baby, a quiet campaign, and a nursing training allowance, a baton, nice one. And I've seen in one of the papers, we say 170 million Ghana cedis has been released. Exactly. The question I asked myself was that, let's see, can no heifer. What about several other projects that has been sold? May I cite this example because the political activists will always prioritize the holding on to the power than prudent and sound economic management practices. And first, any what will cost. And ayama ababa Ghana for obi trim. Every Ghanaian knows that. So one prepare now I'm fan to one farmer or that. Now we behave subaina okotan chem that. Obi any hobabuawo. And everybody thinks for himself. Nenyame ashe nyina so. and ye ya ni abeka said the be nyame. I'm sorry. The Mofu woman is so and then near my and Mayetian. There's no clear-cut measures. Listen to the two political parties.
Yes.
MPP or Wabemu, NDC or Wabemu. Under the current situation, you will mean a dear pan pragmatic solutions. Moving into the 2024 general elections, when you choir, you pay your first one, your economy now is stable.
That's correct.
I am sorry to say this. Because if one district, one factory, as far as I'm concerned, it has been one of the best projects. A baby diaba. Senne ye kasa edefa ye efa economy na ye pese ye to aso no ho. Next one district, one factory who has been relegated to baller so a policy baby mo be di ba abi create employment. And problem here you go through recycling. I have said it. Say employment ewo manum na mabunum juma ema economy ne so a planting for food
and jobs.
Yes, and jobs. And ye timi every day home, ye minimize the rate I import rice. Ye minimize the rate I import and what edible because ye need to plant it at the amaya home dear. Sanyama way in our bed ebe kopum. If we are moving to a stage and net ensure and for import to the salmon on number of my Ghana mono because of how we've handled our land tenure system. I galamse. It is a now so we share on my Ghana. Be American culture. Be anywhere among hope. Me catch us me too kind.
Yeah.
Now what you say? And I'm the Delta Airlines. They will do Accra. We do another flight going back to Kumasi. Me ko si Kumasi na me hwe pom no. Me bomb a new plane in use because within that short stay na me ko share them. I passed through Philadelphia. Me fa JFK and I'm a copa Pearson Airport. I was Mississauga, Canada. So we free elu premu be si Ghana former. Utimu we se me bus. Itimi no bibi ebusa me it wo seba. Aso me timu na me de hanky. Akata mani. Ma me bi ne me to no obusa me. Me we ade ana me so eye bibia because na me share margin the last 16 hours. There be am one there be am abedu a difference ni ye den eso and yes gold any America o gold ewa America for assassin in Ghana gold wa Canada so ensure that every part of their community yet a baller one no sure you can we don't throw it on the floor when you check bibi o my Ghana mo all that we know is that sisesikano Sikano, either so be and now whichever form be our befa, would be Sikano, why the society will celebrate you. And ya baby stage and next say ya baby and Fahua. Very soon, ya read denomination 207. About 0 Sikano so and so what to be depreciation. Meaning said the next call, our minimum in the phobia as I say propose is that any ain't change the currency in the crowd. I am sorry to tell them once again that is not the solution because Zimbabwe for the dollar a day go and check the Zimbabwe dollar. Go and check the Egyptian dollar. It is not just about the names, but the fundamentals, the mindset, what you are doing behind currency now. And the better now who they are bedding ubenya. Yes, so woman did to me as you. I always make this statement when I get the opportunity. The Biametaka and say we Kwenya. Ghana no maya ewo. And fa honi tunia umope ye kokokokwa say the kuntu hair in chini na ekono. O ma we ni ewo. Omuntu omo political stand entwene. Wo obi anfa ni nimdia nya den emra. Emeboa emienchechire o man. The political entrepreneurs, a good political citizen. Obia ba we do ni sika say the be ye dia ho kire be den ebeba. And quick one na mainland. Washa asibia ye beto aba be wie no Yes, to about we not change of government, but in the first year, no, and near my content empire.
Exactly.
There's always growth. Check 201, 209, 2017. And yes, entrepreneur, political activists, no, we entrepreneurs, no. And you almost find that, and yes, I man.
Very well. Very well. Mr. Boy.
Oh, my way.
Mami now I say anopay. I'm grateful pass anopay when ya a bread ya buy na ye de wedding komo. Why? You be any besa no akasabio.
Yeah, Mr. Medasi.
Okay. And Mr. Prince Obri Yaboa a economist and then a banking consultant and anopay yenine de and komono issues no edoso. I mean, this has become repeated one debia yebekwaba asaba be de ho enkomo say the economy enye asatenra 15.05 15 cedis 5 pesos to $1 26 after 8 high Kessben ma me fast that be emma a year 22 bet for na me pacho uyobia weni eje bet ho dia games ahodo a obepese obeplace bet no e wo so ni nyina no platform ba kope ana ye put ni nyina together the amount platform no 22bet.com.gh 22bet.com.gh and no any platform and pacho okoswa NBA ewoso soccer all the leagues around the world ubenya ewoso na afi wetimi etwa wo bet no ope athletics ubenya ewoso aviator casino games ahodo ni nyina no pacho ubenya ni nyina be ewo 22bet.com.gh platform no eso enti anopay make it a point na onso koso na kotwebi eni jesem ne se platform we nko a ana on your first initial deposit usika edi kan ya wodi twa wo bet no mpacho wo mo make sure say over 200% bonuses ebetimi akọ ede amount the tentin ni tietie nyina ne say wo mo boa say de be ya o bet bi a wo betwa bia no at least when we ni kra na obesan so anya usika no kakra back na etimi aboa a sustain you enti yemko no kra sa e wo 22bet.com so say watcha when we ni enti usika hye there be we give you a plowback of some percentage of your money over 200% bonuses and yede ema clearly na etimi aboa eno nti anopay ope eye betting platform back one eye trustworthy enough na ubenya the confidence say edase boa ubenya sika ewo so a 22bet.com.gh na watimi aloge on na wa place o bet ni nyina no ewo so mpacho twabi wo so na onso utwa obedi wo moda roma anopay wo monso aboa ye pa bet to play bet to win one more support say anopay yemfa Maakye dwumade ni nyina no emfa mdom pacho numbers no 0550 596-929 0550-567-929 and no text lines no Juma 28 after 8 92.9 live on TV, live on radio, and then live online. Me need Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. I'm highly grateful. And what do you think about the general performance of our economy and the cedi depreciation say gradually say take time Andrew December no na $1 atra 20 Ghana cedis and you can imagine the ebetime akoso ewo chrome had the impact no and it's importers even to a far extent they are telling you say dollar no womunya because enkrofo ahode in bebre quite a worrying situation and a call for a national discourse enti yene wunyina no ede ho enkomo che wadwen ewo ho na yenhu ekwan a ye nyina befa so a yebeboa ma challenges no aye resolved bedase papa ma me kwa ho mane so na me ne eye Orako Fitonto Miaminia any enkomo or no a part of the political aid to Dr. Bawumia and then the campaign team no Mamini Kofi Ninkomo. Kofi, good morning and point to say hello Kofi.
Yeah, me just so many abibi aboko na so
Radio do menso be ho ye na campaign tour you say what the other aje cry.
Yes okay. I'm very busy.
I see. Now, the other kind of yes, campaign no say ye can say Dr. Bawumia and ope he fan or nam da be na to ni nyina no e ba na wie ye.
Me da se pa. On so be sha yes start to no from Eastern region.
Yes.
And ye din na mo Kubi Western region. Ye Western North. And me no ka say ye watermelon. ye ba soro ha no so ya be no east eno ye savannah ena ye tamale nyame ya adumo ekina ye be ko boga na ifi boga na ya bayu rajon kuma yi no memeneda na ajuada ya ba bewi ewo wa na se soro ha de ni nyina ba wi se wi wa na fi yaye na fi yaye western of ahafo bono east na yaye 5 na was na yaye 11 regions na yaye na aka 5 regions na be yaka so far the sun
we know a specific and are selected constituencies and I'm visiting
we ni na yaye no regional capital.
Okay. I know pay kosi na we are so the more tamale, right?
The whole day
Very well. Now, as part of the tour, then komo bebre na no epiemo. The edikan promise Dr. Bawumia Emma yes obe make sure say the nurses training allowance arrears are akemono buying through the finance ministry ebetimi etua indications are that say yeah kasa atendra womo release funds for the payment of that again. Dr. Bawumia
what the enra ministry na release funds no.
Yes, I'm told that is the indication we have, Anna.
Oh, okay. No, not Martin here. Bramana no Australian Martin. Yeah, maybe you come and no, because my best not bad in him because I didn't say 0% pound of pay.
Okay. And those are some of the things. But let's look at the key takeaways out of the store. Yenim say Mushia, the regional house of chiefs, Mushia business community, Mushia the clergy. And what are the key takeaways from tour no any regions ahodo amakoni nyina?
Okay, so campaign no the TN say you be draw, you can share clergy. Now you share imams. Now you share the chiefs, so regional house of chiefs. You are na say be garages groups be markets, you call market to market, window to window, door to door. The area na ye be a friend youth connect. I talk there been so high and some other identifiable groups being so to share. And no na ye call bono is ye ne Techima magazine focus share to our surprise no mama era omoye skia be the man era mamuba onya. So that is the approach yefa. If we are na ye be a friend youth connect and only ye mebuno a war region mono. So far, Kasa Bibri Ena Ira at the Aptuga, Oshe or Jeffo Bosumi, the Tosun, and Koma or Negana 40 Yena. And near man, a fapping pan on air to Sumi, 72 policies. 72 policies, no baby, I be Kobiana de Yeka. If you say, Siania him for share, you know, we didn't come for taxation home. You know, we didn't come for natural resources home. You know, we didn't come for Mabunu Ajuma home. You know, we didn't come for agriculture home. But now, so we are him for Suntino. You know, we didn't come afa a year the policies around chieftains. Teach you, then someone what can for a coin, a bino, not buying me a him for being a young fashion. Now, a him for a Jumedina or Mutino. Yet to me, a mere in fact, or can say the Chieftaincy Act in the crown, a better amended part of it. Now, yet to me, the Aboama and him for no or Mumway. Yene, ye call Takwansono, and I'm set Takwaya mining town. Yene, ye did come on, Macan in area, no, now, Yene or Martin Comonso Afa, a year mining, especially natural resources, Quaya, ye Koyan, ye Befaso, a tree and good. You share you for no so. You put your money this way, but picture now you quite a bit boy. I'm a member so and yet, and I share sorry and so. You put your money this way, then also you can be Biafra. I am Kofa son Kwan or Pese or Ne a faith based institutions in ya. You can kind Humana or friend say a golden age of collaboration between the state and faith based organization. centered on development. Kwan ben ebetimi ne GD ene soma horo no nya yonkofa sonko a ebeboa man putunuma a omo ye dada no omatimi apejam nti ene omo nsuhia nkomo ayedi na yeko edwamu dia a yura ene omo din komo na ochiachia omo nyina eno no ye more on a personal note, interactions with them, and then market to market, window to window, shop to shop. Yes, some of the regions, they say Savannah, they say Northeast, they say Ahafo, they say Western North, and Komoba Kwaya, a Pimu Paye, Titu, Mantemna, these are all new regions. It's especially in the House of Chiefs this year. Who say Mantema abine tea, dear, so many pay. On the minions, oh, tin kaya, on tinia mebias. So, Baha now Kobe bit say Northeast, Narawigu. Now, share RCC, the Regional Minister's Office. Yes, see, amounts are usually in RCC and not just the minister. All government agencies. Our offices were up.
Yeah.
Osha from Savannah to Northeast to Ahafo to Western North. Meaning now we share infrastructure. Yeah, in the new regions now, as and so modern architecture, imposing buildings. Yes, see more. Omudi do omujuma. In fact, I'm not a call Savannah. Apart from we are Yesiamono, the RCC na Yesiamono. Abaya sa pija abansro kesia the police command at the area nina. Akaka krebi na we. Enti ahemfono can say, look, this regional creation na mayeno. Impuntunumane ahoto ediabre, and you have no idea. In fact, say she mayene kazano say. Kaneno say ababa wabi yesuku ana obi ya ne nsase ho bibi na so okoji to mi krata minia from Seshiyosu o say Western region Kaneno there were the Seshi enclave near Seshiyosu Seshibodi Jaboso Akontomra Asanyene so sa enclave no ufi ho na wo ko second di takra dia. It can take you 7 hours. 7 hours. And you all come and say, look, I thought that you were hard. She said, yet Nabas in Wahumachi, you bank client. Over Nabas in the mobile 11 p.m. Now, what about the drew in Kayan or Pabe say, 5 or whatever p.m. I mean, he gave a scenario of why I say, you didn't reach in a bar, I didn't put to a bro. And he throughout all the new regions are creating him for no die, Mahmoud Baumia, I bind us to say, why is I didn't among them. These are some of the fallouts. Abba, so far, the Minia, Bibia, Kuyi, Name, the Yemi, and Nichi, the Ma was seeing Kumi, a Joada, Nano, Joadano, on the Yakonos East region, a hot Era Mahmoud Baumia on free.
Yes.
Na ye ra wale kotia, if you kotia, ye ra wale crew. Na wale for man na jichi abeshia ye ra Mahmoud Baumia wo kotia. If you say omuhu ni say yen this year yen ne wo ha ene okon kan so okobobra. Wo ha yi adwuma bi e so waye bida. Badeo, Okwa Bruchi, Wakoye taxi driver, Oko Canada, Wakoye cleaner, on the Mua and Yankupon Apijano, Amana Beye, Deputy Bank of Ghana Governor, and Kakran Kakra, Wadiabeye, Vice President, and Kakran Kakra, and Wadiabeye Frank Tuni Diama MP. And the Ushamo Mea, Modibaji, no Hosanna, Nigia Kwansu. Naminia, Monday, Nano Panso, or Suru Bie. Na insabo so to na nsuoni nyina chi no omuchina mu no omuchina na ye sebe enigisem na ye enigisem e fi wale koduru eye gambaga if we can baga go through na the rigu ni na sa pepe and so far the minia dia koye ama ni na aye ni gisem but no chese akro no ye we are now doing the first 16 regions in Nigeria. After the SB from view, constituency to constituency, room to room, polling station to polling station. Because a Jumano, a Juma, any Juma, if we don't take the elections like we are going to work hard and go to every polling station, every electoral area, every constituency, every region. To make sure that Ghana for a better
very well.
So
very well. Kofi, mami na wase na minya na to we dwuma so mo be drum cry ye beto aso no. Why?
Yes, started with Tamale. Ye ne clergy no ba ko shia e with Tamale.
Very well. Very well. But yeah, now as you rock off Choncho and Yanina Din Common political aid to a year, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the vice president and candidate of the New Patriotic Party, 41 gone past 8. This is Kessben. Mami and now was Papa say Anope Wajibre na Uchiye. Mami ni a year, the executive director Eddie Masem say any and more about a year. The gold for oil deal now, former president John Dramani Mahama is promising say obe probi sa particular policy because the essence in tia yadeba as the reflectiveness aba form say yen sheda nya impact ni Ben, good morning at saying Pacho peja oni mu kakra ma me wa mentum
good morning minia
bibia boko de okay. Now, first off, the edika, gold for oil, no. I mean, the intended purpose in here, such an arrangement, has it been achieved by the entire implementation? Yet to me, I go through so far.
That's minia. The edika, the gold for oil policy, has no direct purpose and objective. It didn't get any direct policy target or benchmark and policy ni per se achieve. And I think that government communicators Obia or seniority program ASEFA. Binum target ni say it was to stabilize the cedi against the dollar. Binum so target ni say it was to keep prices of petroleum products lower. So say it was an avenue for Bank of Ghana to store a lot of gold, be able to make trade off to stabilize our city. It has a lot of targets of the asset because black policy initiatives, and I think the Vice President Okano try without a policy direction. And Okano was there, Minister of Finance, Minister of Energy, and two MP, it was somebody be out. So 2022 ending Okasa statement, Japan Mesa had a different position on it as a former Deputy Minister of Energy. Another former Deputy Minister of Energy, who is now the current Minister of Finance, also had a different position on it. MPA itself, at that time, also had a different position on this whole gold for oil policy. So on 23rd February, and I buying the document, but that is the policy guidelines for gold for oil. And now the policy now, not incidentally target to be achieved. But what I've realized from the gold for oil I think that any call for probing is a good call. And they say the gold for oil rather made some individuals rich rather than the state. The Indian makers and they say we should go for oil before gold for oil na Bank of Ghana Emma BDC for about their 80% or 90% of dollars are more pay their import to petroleum products into the country. At that time, not dollar boy, but still, not the Bank of Ghana to supply about 80% of the dollar needed to import products. At that time, fuel bonds were the German, so but still Bank of Ghana wrote to me, Emma. A bag goes for oil and they buy, and the Bank of Ghana actually the dollar now the BDC for some of our imported products from about 80% to 20%. And even the last quarter of 2022, Ghana had to go for oil, yes, a day, but now Bank of Ghana actually about 18% of their import cover. The Bank of Ghana and say, "What's the size scanning in our boss? Or size scanning in our boss? Any goil, which are state-owned entities, and they say, or more than Vancra products, Nemra. And the boss became a major player or a trader now on go energy, or Mokamo, Obama, or Mutin import almost 40% of the industry. you hear say you consume Okruma, no more import to 40% and a diba Kruma. 40% or more import to diba Kruma. Na Bank of Ghana, dollar no abo for cheaper dollar. My BDC for the no more cheaper dollars because no more only about 18% of what they need to import into the country. Into Bank of boss any well. Every year, Kwame Appiah, especially the subsidiary of Goel Life and Go Energy, because at that time they were getting cheaper dollars to import products. Boss was getting cheaper dollars to import products. However, on the market, Boss Goel, they were selling the price almost the same as in the BDC for also air ton, right? And now I say, it been the products now or multi hoka.
So BDCs, right?
Yeah, Boston. No, I mean Boston.
Boston itself. Okay.
Yes. $1 cheap to import the products Boston Go Energy add the products our on credit. The products maybe on credit better than the multi hoka. So come here say dollar na Bank of Ghana Edema Boston any Go Energy on import maybe they were using it for other purposes because not benefited from this particular gold for oil. Now the products on the market were very, very expensive. And they bought them on the market. Boston also any go for oil dollars, not also the product on the market as a trader were also very, very expensive. Gold for oil it didn't achieve any purpose, but I think that people underground it make a lot of money out of this whole policy.
Because so does it necessarily cause you be probe the entire policy?
Yes, I think and the policy probation there was started from NPA. It was started from Mustafa Hamid because when the implementation of the policy began, they decided say your OMCs be a beton product, boss beton product na more. They decided say your OMC be a beton product, go for oil product na amasa OMC. So what was the intention behind selecting some few OMCs to sell the product to them? And as a there is an exchange or maybe interest meaning you selected few to give them the product. Now you selected few products at the same time these few more benefiting from the gold for oil so-called policy we're still selling the product the same price as will be on Wakoto free BDC, private BDC or $1 on the boarding. So at the end of the day, the gold for oil they didn't yield the necessary results. But I also know that because the policy didn't have a purpose, didn't have an objective, they just brought it in to benefit some few individuals within the industry, whilst other industry collapse. And for that matter, Necra makers say BDC for the donor collapse because it's $1 some of the crap product. But Boston Go Energy were getting cheaper dollars to import product. At the end of the day, Boston Go Energy did not make the necessary revenue here to stabilize our economy. Boston Go Energy did not make the necessary revenue here even pay some dividends to their investors.
Now, finally, Mijao na wako now. We are told coming into the next week, full on the board from Kakra. Pricing windows, as you saying.
I think that full no crown this week I was sending board adding. I think maybe the born on cost through because of some competition in the industry, especially from some of the smaller OMCs now. Almost that retail outlets and also they are giving a tougher competition to the bigger OMCs into and to a and yes, Anka this week, ANRA, which is 16th, it was Anka born of cost because in there, BDC for 14 Ghana cities, 10 pesos, even 14 Ghana cities, 25 pesos, and a 30 price of fuel. And I believe we are still in the depreciating ourselves born of cost. We are still expecting that fuel prices will increase because the city. So
it will rather increase and not a decrease.
Yes, so anyone who mentions a fuel price will decrease, may be looking at the figures based on the international market trend. Say yes, most of the products, about an average of 5% decrease on the international market. But 5% decrease on the international market, and if you look at the depreciation of the cedi in these current terms, it will erode the 5% decrease on the international market to even increase the price of petroleum products locally. Yeah, expect to say fuel bobo cost. Say from there, I don't think so. Maybe the best they can do for us because of the competition is to keep prices the same way they are. But yes, fuel price I will say cost.
Very well. Ben, I don't pay me that, so I'm grateful for your time.
All right.
Thank you. And Executive Director for Sensor and Amineno at the Nkomono Center for Environmental and Sustainable Energy, speaking to us and on the sidelines of the air course within a year energy sector. Ninjinano has to do with a year the exchange rate related matters and issues about up so far 50 after 8 but faster than it be Emma's Global Link Limited for na no pay pacho akwentio de one more number 1 say utie ma no pay na eye wakono say ubetu kwan akwa manone ekrobia o man bia peso koso bia ukosua de bia wo so no pacho esese woni eye Emma's Global Link Limited for edi enkomo womo ne bejo so anopay ma omo enye wa applications ni nyina emma kosi say admissions no ebeba na womo assist with your visa acquisition na eboa wiye pa anopay what the sa how no eto womo so a womo be sort out perfectly na etimi ama vision no etimi abemo e de amount afi we a professional person pacho wunya ya obetukun akwa amanane obe migrate the entire family na wakotena ho akwakoto abrabo no so akoye adwuma ewo ho a akwanya no ewo ho ma oman bi a opese okoso no bra na womo bejo so aye e de amount na in fact womo eye application visas a womo gidi amanko for yes Schengen visas afi wo pe Canada nso a ni nyina no opportunities no ewo ho mo a mo pese mo ko school ewo America mpacho sa akwanya ni nyina no ewo ho no ma Emma's Global Link Limited se bra na womo ne oni nkomo womo wia activations no wombe ni nyina no e de amount na afefa kwa wo pese wo kono womo aye ho nhyehyɛ ni nyina no e de amount se wo kuma ase ne mpatamu a asafo ana obehu womo e wo labor ho womo ne senate office no edi enhwɛ ni mo afi oba enkran so a womo e wo kasoa Weja Kaswa main road no so White Cross Junction womo eben eye West Africa Deco Tiles company no anopay offer womo ebejo so na womo ne wedding komo pa from numbers no on 0504 203401 0504 203401 and after 0535 0535 na one Emma's Global Link Limited for any enkomo anopay na womo ebejo so wakwanti ohunsem nyina no mpacho ebeye for papa opese womo a reserve flight ticket amount opese womo ye hotel reservation ema wa ni nyina no womo eye ho adwuma anopay speak to them na will be sorted womo be sorted out the more than we kuyani atie ha esanse fidiko for aba e de amount na womo akwakofa eye food supplement ahodo pa ana ede aba ede no eboa ma emoa hodo ayenye womo ni nyina no mpacho womo apomodin ho nsem no ekoye na afeye nya mfaso dodo na no ede free eye adwuma ye no eso anopai mpacho nuane nura hodo ya womo de abai no ye de fra emoa no aduane na wode feedi womo ebeboa wo ye pa ma de wo expect no ni nyina no etimi abam de kan eye premise a womo de aba eno no ode befra enkokọ a womo etu nkosua aduane na ode aye ede ama womo ebeboa ama nkokọ no womo tu nkosua na womo beto na kese mu pa na ne dodo mu nso de ye nenkakra eno no ye frɛ no layer premix enti ukodwaman so a wa wakokọ no wonye womo mo abetu nkosua no ama watimi anya creator hodo pi na no akwakoton no esese ubisa se ope eye fidikofo layer premix ni bi na watimi atonua ne nura hodo ni nyina ewom zinc iron bibia ewomu a pacho ode ye nuane no edema omua na ebebua womo ye pa broiler premise no akokọ a wonye na akoton wodwaman so de mpacho esese womanemu edru na enam etimi eba no ho manin look healthy na obi begina ho a watimi ato ama osika nso aba yusu broiler premise no efra nkokọ no aduane na ebebua wiye ama womo anyi ewa pomodin kwan so ni nyina no fidikofo ana ede aba pick premise no ewo ho eno ye mpreko de mpacho ode from preko no aduane a womo didi peche na ebo mo apomodin mo wonso atiti ema no womo wu bebre ene ne dodo mu ne akese mu pa eno nti anopa wu yobi a wonye mpreko poko ho adwuma na wo ye dia mpacho nduane nura sesa wo de mammoa no eye pick premise eno na wo de fra wo munuane no e de ma wo mu a obedi ho adanse later on toxin binder de eye wanwaso okra ya hyeda de ya e de aba se emoa no adidie mu no aya na wo mu e be mene niema enye emfama wo mu system no anhwa na akwakofa yare e de abro mu na afa diseases ahodo na no e affect wo mu anope opese wo clear ade bi a enye efri wabo ni mu a esese ode toxin binder no efra na duane enku no na emom no ade bi a aboa no amene akoni mu a enye man system ni bia no toxin binder no ebetwe ni nyina e de apie na etime aboa fish premise no ewo ho mo amonye tilapia mo amoye catfish farms no ni nyina no mo meyi so bi ye wo eduane ndo ahodo pii a ni nyina no anope yentime emboso na the teacher ana maboso e de amount anope fidikofo na woni wo mo ninsa wo so on 0244 260190 0244 260190 and after 0242 769698 0242 769698 na woni fidikofo eni enkomo anope wo mo wonkra ha amrehia tollbooth oyibi dodowa kwantempone so ana obehu wo mo wonkran ana o Ghana ha baabi a opese utu ne duduo mu na otonwa enhyehyeye ne de mpacho edafom boko anope se wo frafidi kofo a wo mo ne obedi nkomo aye enhyehyeye ni nyina no kama na afi wo mo atimi amwa kwanya ma wo nso watimi atubi aton ebeboa ma wo business no atimi agina brane pa anope wo mo daroma wo mo nso aboaye entiko na one wo mo eni enkomo anope na afi ko na kwaju nuane nrodie ebeboa uye pa 56 after 8 ahai Kessben ma minute St. Louisa local rice for any enkomo emra na yakoba na Afrin Paul Ziga atunase meba ne so na meneno edi enkomo mamema ofachi na mema no akwaba eya question Oba Maakye mpom to say
ya speaker Nyankopon adom bibia
hode wo ho
Nyankopon adom hode wo pa
ya da twedi ampo ase say wode nkwa achew na wonso adom yen anopai St. Louisa for ho to say
St. Louisa for ho ye omo say omo chia Ghana for nyina
ya je omo nyina so anopai ma yeni nkomo say ye ka say sales no etisen ene sala bibi special zo wo ho a ye bedi ho nkomo ana but ma mintie wansa
you speaker me that say ene me sanda Ghana for us say St. Louisa local rice St. Louisa natural jasmine perfume rice ya started by Hanum Nyankopon ya adom atifo so boy eguso ya kweyanim is St. Louisa rice St. Louisa local rice St. Louisa natural jasmine perfume rice ura market bia mu a o de bomoja ko market bia mu se Nyankopon adom market bia ya wo ho Accra ha de market bia ku master kware ba bia Ghana market bia ya wom unya bowura mu ade also hwe St. Louisa local rice the color no red and tuntum bi dan finfi tuntum ne photo and so on shada hu ni but a photo and the color no red do joma was open St. Louisa local rice ya na ma no so nie 0546 24 23 43 0546 24 43 wa wo hwe TV no so no ma na good screen anim no so no obetimi afa eno so ye na speaker so busa ya na just ye guso ye kwa anim a na am say ya na tambia so ye ba ya na agents for na ya ka mo asem
yes and no ka me be bisa say distributors no any one more person omo di omo sika be shem no eno ho ana mo tutuo no so akodru say
yes am say no distributors no any agents no omo respond pa na omo ne ye share no so no man ka say hu say yes Nyankopon
adwumani mo de
adwumani mo da omo nya adwuma ya omo ye enti say na say ya cover the whole Ghana I'm say all the regional capitals there obia eba yeguso because you want to be a hwehwe say na be you betima capture market no you capture market no in the interest of farmers aya omo do afuo ye amufuo no omo rely on yan rice industry especially St. Louisa no because omo do na so omo yan ya na ade na akafuom enti no tambia no na omo so no omo de mpaibo de achi aya omo stress ya mmoa na agent ne noso say na be you betima produce more na Ghana for so be omo ato agent no say na dem be kan wa the uhia yes 5,500 Ghana cedis 5,500 Ghana cedis and I say 10,100 when they are can keke say oh ahoden aya obutuma bam kese so tum bam because ebi mu bam with 100,000 50,000 na but when they are about your radio so I bring ya jana can say oh ye obey agent no utua sika no as registration no na ya ma St. Louisa rice ni bi na ya kire kwan be fa so adebeton na ya san aboa wo na wetima ton acha ma ho 2 weeks keke acha o ma ho 2 weeks obetima ton ni na awie na fa so obenya so nya sam ketwa enti agents no me say utie mi a wontie ni yi enye sika ya o de St. Louisa local rice amande ato na bosome so aba beje ho fa so dabi sika ya o de register aba be member aba be agent na ya supply emu ni bo bia wo na ya san boa amwaton but si ase yi pa agents no de sala na ehia mo ba bia ofra ya be kire kwan ya be fa so ya be boa o ye police ne yere soja ne yere o ton pure water o fi o ton cement o ton iron rods adwuma bia o ye bia o betimi de kan aba be agent because of St. Louisa local rice ntino obey agent no one kasa be hu say oh boa ho na boa ma na boa adwuma no so because of enwuma ya ya man krofo say na ma akuafo ho to mo na say akuafo association be ya omote yan kan Kessben na no ma omo kede area ho baby and omote yan kan omo na say this year ya do ye no ye de ni na aguo no ma ya essay mo ma na so da bi anya ya ti say yegu so Kessben da Roma Ghana for so da Roma o mu tie yan eti yegu so ya pe agent na agent no e do so a na be boya metima ba be fa sa we ne frefo mu amamo enti munya aboto eti misraw o to St. Louisa local rice e o dwom edi no na o boa okuani ama sebe ni butoma yede o to St. Louisa local rice St. Louisa natural jasmine perfume rice e o dwom edi no na obua okuani ama ne breast so ade eso ate o to St. Louisa natural perfume jasmine rice edi e wo dwom e wo baabia no na obua Ghana ene me ne umienu ama sika kakra ade aka ha tambia me ba me ka me se sika ya carry kra emu free baabi no minu me nyina yenim enya asem ketwa se enyamu 0.0% kra 0.0% kra sales e wo St. Louisa local natural perfume rice ho a sebe mpredasa enka minu umienu yakuafo a sebe omo no ba ya ka wurem ne mu yo nka mo botom kakra St. Louisa local rice ena mani ni 0546 24 23 43 0546 24 23 43 ba cho so hwe TV ni so a numbers na egu screen anim so obetimi afa St. Louisa speaker am say me koso na me kire kwan e wo
obetire no na nansan there is one thing I'm monitor wo TV stations ahodo pi so menim say ye na efra say ye ni modin sa wo so ne dia almost all the foreign brand of rice no wo mo afrase a wo mo di local rice abebeta ho na medwen ho amentiase because say major companies are yenim no wo mo ye local rice say wo kwa emufuo no hu say nam esoanso saa enti no local rice na say almost share that package di edin local na babeto so no I mean, we do not see baby a omo akuafo ne wo yenhu baby a omo do sa mo no e wo Ghana hands omo package e boa pa e ka jere say local me person me bo brands ni dey okay but I have seen more than 3 companies a well known rice brands a e wo dwomu a se a ye ka say advert omo bo TV so dey ade ni nyina local rice you know the question I ask myself is that wo mu dua wo henfa region be mu no mu dua sa mo no ekuafo be na supply sa mo no e de ma wo mo ya me major concern but ya de ani be di akire minim se wo ho bi
oh papa mahu pa na me de se akofa asem we aba asem ya hadwene yi some of the rice in the no aba TV so any dwomu a ekuta local name and the intimi mo so because of obi adwuma ekuta local name and na local name no so no emu na wo no so enye local rice emu na wo no ye obi man so de enti ode ye din local name no ene de ton ne de na gisika na koma obi man so enti se me ba na me sre Ghana for se me sre mo se me na maba se ma betra TV so no radio so ya me kasa me de no a ye friend St. Louisa local rice yes so ba ko ye friend ama Ghana ene me ba na ma fa bi ama St. Louisa local rice ene na ko dwomu a me sre pe do ye de no e brofudin de eso so no a local rice brofudin because of aberwa na my asase ne do ye no any din no na na ye to so Mr. your brands ni bi won ma say na speaker e ka no use abibidin na so so no nya abibi ho e dey bente use abibidin because who say local rice Ghana for no ye need wo who say any to so ya ye beto e say Ghana for ye need local rice ho Mr. ye need St. Louisa local rice ho let us St. Louisa local rice say ade ye pe bi adi Mr. pa Mr. ukodwomu a emo ba ko pe ebi ni na chi biem se ope per local rice and say per mubia dia and one St. Louisa natural jasmine perfume rice, St. Louisa local rice. Ya kala na ya koko na tuntum bi da emu kakra bi. Mesra okodwomu baby abeko bia the whole Ghana dwa bia na bi wom ba bia sisi ya to apetin ba bia. Na apesa we agent so de bia na e bo ho agent no so omo boa pa. Omo na ba mu aya am so ya na madwuma na ekoso. Opesa we agent no an say ohia 5,500 Ghana season ba be agent. Speaker say kwan dem a.
All right, so we check kwan na fa numbers.
Yeah, but answer be check kwan agent bia ya omo bo omo modern. Ese e boa omo. Ba ko enkra hanom. Asada wholesales and Kraha, Asada wholesales and Kraha, our sprinters opposite Zenith Bank. Sprinters opposite Zenith Bank. Asada wholesales Koreans or Sanso Lashibi, Sharon Sport, Udu on the whole of Lashibi, Nwate Sibia, and all they call Asada wholesales, Lashibi, Sharon Sport. The number is 0244 79 66 51 0244 79 66 51 Asada wholesales, Accra Sprinters, and Lashibi, Sharon Sport. Now, ye kwa enimu so no okọ Kumasi a baby a yenye agent kese pa o bo adwuma na pa ye Kumasi Swami magazine post office anomanye Swami magazine post office wo Kumasi a ni doso pom pa Swami magazine post office ufri ko offense oba ufri breman ufri baby a wo bia Swami magazine post office anomanye mesra omo na mani bo modi apake na mana na fra omo na gibi 0592 971 797 Kumasi Swami magazine post office anomanye uhwe bia ho na esa wokọ omo na mani 0592 97 17 Kumasi anomanye ho no mesra ye wo agent kese ba koso pa e wokọ no nya agrekenzema ya ma omudi ana tese se ya mwa wo
konongo
agrekenzema konongo owo senior high school ho no ma konongo or senior high school and Agricans man so na so blue Mr. Blue's wife and one no Agricans ma Kumasi sa agency ya mbo amodi ya omo gine deposit ma omo bo St. Louisa local rice ebo akua for speaker Accra so yo hwe
omo numbers ne wo ha fa fuja
omo numbers ne wo ha no man that so
omo e wa Agricans ma no omo frɛ wo mo
yes yeah konongo
Tobi.
Yeah, Konongo Odumasi senior high school on my Konongo Odumasi in Portomo nyina. Uhia bi eno answer be 0244 097 521 Konongo Odumasi Konongo Odumasi senior high school on my uhia bi 0244 097 521 and Kumasi so Kumasi wono so Agrikenzema and my blue power wife Agrikenzema or agent one so number ni 054 700 7048 Agrikenzema blue power wife 054 700 7048 Agrikenzema Kumasi and a Yankasan so Kumasi be ya try kese wo Adekalas Memorial Building and a Kumasi Tech Maximum Going Filling Station Accra so there will be any na La Paz opposite Tobico Pharmaceuticals St. Louisa Herbal Clinic oba on ma hona benyan yada ma St. Louisa local rice St. Louisa natural perfume
but you ba me fast than the Eclipse collateral management na me na won so wase papa but your Eclipse is up men kan cho men ka kai na me mo wa mani ese ene yentrase basika seben ha ya se wo japade enkrata nko a patcho ni die kwan so japade enkrata ne ye adwuma na afia disika aba be show na no ti se wo ti no ya sasi ra wo ye fie ra wo ye car patcho any valuable property bi a wo bia it's true say why enkrata to so nko a dia patcho enkrata no de baba na afia dia ye adwuma na ye tu sika e wo ho e tenteni ne tietia the Washamara, I tell no paying quite your fabra. When they buy, you be you bet your commission at home. I don't know about boy, when you bet your school fees, when they you chop money or fee, when you bet church, when you would be sure you man or I say, why are you fast when you don't Ghana for an Ayaboa Monso English? Thinking I Eclipse collateral management for I'm with Juma 1 more year. And for so many years, and you do a Boa Ghana for especially SMEs for anyway. enya sika bebre dia show mo nyuma ase adochi adope pacho wuti ye mia na enkrata ne shon pass we kola kanu na wo dia she na hefa wo pillow na she pacho adope make the point na for document ni nyina ma eclipse collateral management wo mo fanya adwuma no wo mo tuaka ewo ho Any just some this a brand new song that we hear with document. Krata and Homo de Wadia Maba. Be amfa, baby. I don't try to pay when your money in cover and watching open loan from a bank, but you won't collateral. I don't pay when eclipse collateral management. In fact, the whole country, one more year, the number one collateral management company. I don't think one more with collateral, not what me access loan now open from the bank. Now, it's me I don't pay for one more numbers, so now when you want more into and more and more 0266 999020 0266 999020 and after 0302 55 1877 0302 55 1877. Now when the eclipse collateral management for any come more and no pay but you one bejo so pa more try kwanya one more one cry adenta new site Tabakan Street e ho ana opa wo be home. The managing director himself, very humble and affable, and pay think safety and a decent income. I did be a discount show, but Joe, I am any one 12 after 9. And I'm power. Have I man actually? Me man akwa, but I'm actually to say,
yeah, Kwame Josu, Yamia Tumarakwa, yes.
And you were there.
I am the pa. I'm not. Now, I am a say, Sicilian of Mr. Rap since. Oh, yes.
I better be the new version.
But I may pen a rap since because you deep rapper. What's a rapper? Say, Kwame.
I see.
I branch it to rapper, but and now I was listening to him when he had the now, Omeye say, because of say what status flavor when what do we neighbor it.
Okay.
Ebi another referee rap. Now Kwame was your rap will be a film who created me. Nyame achena de. Maybe me kwa kana se bi wose na ni anye.
Oh that.
Ai na in fact okoba bia na oka ho asem. Enti emre bi ono asese firi ade na me ka no. So ama aboa no de na me kokan ya na ni anye no. Na okoba bia na obomidi ne aboa no. So I also took opportunity on the same platform that me kokan asade no. Esa me ko so me koka che ne se adwebrel. But kai aboa no Kwame aboa no pa
but me pen the new version we no because nenyum ne mo words ni ye deep.
I say abrabomu nsem uzo bia obeya yi bia te so abrepen o se wi ase Kwame se wa mre na wunya bibia yes we are rough that's it.
Very well. Mamina was 14 after 9. I hire Kessben. Your number is 0550596929 0550567929 and no your text lines. So now Mami Brown na ye nin komo we've spoken about Dr. Bawumia campaign from Savannah region and working all the way to a year. The northern region and in Tamale he is trying to we share all the stakeholders one more matter. We've spoken about the economy and the free fall of the Ghana cities. They say you pay because city na ho den ba na eba from good for oil policy e ho komodien so ye di enkomo no dada maminchio na ye ntroso.
Yes, Kwame, Dr. Prince Ufuri Yeboah.
Obri
Yeboah, sorry. Me pese dachi bi nkabia obema mi tutorial pa fa finance and economics. Kwame.
Yeah.
Kwame me menye economist.
There.
Ya me kwacha se. Ye tie ni adwuma no.
There.
Ena minim menye financial expert. Menye banking. Ya me kwacha se.
Yeah.
But as a citizen, who follow current affairs no. Sabi obi kai se si yenim ba yenim hwe de me kwa chese yenim hwe kwa me de ekosu dinan me de ekosu dinan. I think say this country as going forward we need to amend the constitution. The section 4 of article 183 of the Ghana constitution. The Ghana constitution 103 that talks about the central bank. Kwame, we did the section 4D. Kwame, we need to look at that.
Clause 4D.
Yeah, clause 4D. Mame with your dodgers. Mame kai kakrem jo. Okay, for now. What's the following shall apply to the governor of the Bank of Ghana? He shall be appointed by the president acting in consultation with the Council of States for a period of 4 years each. He shall, notwithstanding Article 285 of this Constitution, be the chairman of the governing body of the Bank of Ghana. His emolument shall not be reduced while he continues to hold office as government. Okay, Dina. Or say he shall not be removed from office except on the same grounds in the same manner as the Justice of Supreme Court of the Judicature, other than Chief Justice, may be removed. Dear me what I say. Just say, Uche Bank of Ghana governor. Kwame yentimi Bank of Ghana governor. Na ubetimi yi Bank of Ghana governor. Che ye fa the same channel na ye fa the Supreme Court judge. Sorry, a Supreme Court judge, right? Yes, Supreme Court judge.
Yeah.
Edi free na konya so. Say obe misbehave. Say obe ya die bia ene bank no anase ne office ne bababura anase or the bank the dini abai no ayi beba into disrepute se bia wakobro anomonsa amanko force ne twe ne sa no mane ye betime ajeje na se bia ye declare incapacitated or yare so de bi chi eno Kwame ye betime agina so ade ayi no but se saade ne nyamaya yentimi nyi Bank of Ghana governor adekotia the famous of this constitution omo yes and say ebia na abai no pese ebia olutu the Bank of Ghana na bia na governor na oho no empene jeme kwa atase wo ya de bia ebema Bank of Ghana no asai na governor na oho no se me no wonya dwene saade we se no wo ya ebe ball man no so eti enu nti na omo de saade ne bebe hye ho no se de be ya wotimi nyi bia that's it bakwabe I think say we need to find a way. Omampanin Bank of Ghana governor no wa a social. But we still have to create a caveat bia. A bet me aboye si e kwa hu yemu se bia ye do level bia. You bet me Bank of Ghana governor. Because Kwame, what is going on? For me, the Bank of Ghana governor shouldn't be exonerated from this. I'm telling you, Kwame. Yemon Crowe Yako IMF in 2016. And IMF for predicted say no, the IMF and the Bank of Ghana confirmed that Ghana by 2017 the inflation was at Praga from Dr. Kwame the fourth time from 8 point something equals 17 point something. It will go back to single digits. Said by 2017 it was confirmed. Fact or not fact, it's a fact.
Yeah.
We are also made to understand that the economic growth from Bank of Ghana IMF program by 2017 it will grow beyond 7%. Jamaica say a fact and I say it's a fact.
Yeah.
And it did happen in 2017, which the 2017 it wasn't the abainwa what they call IMF na de ho. It was a relay and a different governor Ateki charge. Okay. Then the previous government they say we achievement our hard work and the single digit inflation and the growth of the economy. Then the current government is no might.
Even as at that, the IMF program was extended.
It was extended. And he said that it was our might. Okay, fine. Our might, we were able to sustain the single digit inflation and everything, all the economic indicators. The IMF and the Bank of Ghana predicted, we were able to maintain it. Then the Russia-Ukraine war and COVID came to hit us all over the world. Ena ye ntimi nya isolation ye ntimi nkase Ghana satam na ahitie bi ehitie ena nkofo ahyase a omo revival omo economy we didn't have a plan B to get out of this mess. Russia Ukraine war and the COVID no edi ekom no Mr. Foriata come ebie ka say papa no emoaye mebwa yes so Foriata moaye because he didn't have any plan B and he was not giving us any program that will help this country a revival from this Russia-Ukraine war issue and the COVID papa and it was true Kwame day in the day out na ye sika sam ne ye bibia ne Kwame na say the gata say ena o ma penyeji Mr. Foriata edeko ye ji Mr. Foriata de ko ye the new finance minister diaba ye did aba Kwame the problem back and forth it looks like the problem now you face in 2022 and the early part of 2023 it is bouncing back Kwame it is bouncing back
difference be am
now let me tell you something what kind the Bank of Ghana Act Act 2002 as amended in 2016 what kind section 4 clause 1 what say the Bank of Ghana governor act as the banker and financial advisor to the government. Banker and financial advisor to the government. Now, committee. You drafted that this constitution, this act, not Dr. Paula Kwa.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Then, based on this, say, act as a banker and financial advisor to the government. This is what Mr. Paula Akwa, based on it to advise President Kofo's government for us to do the redenomination. And you better hit from 1 Ghana cedi to $1. It's an achievement. So if somebody was able to come out with a pragmatic measure like this, the praises Dr. Polakwa. Why then we are in this mess? We have to exonerate the Bank of Ghana governor.
I see.
I don't get it. Kwame. Now Kwame Koya Kedua. All what we are talking about is a financing. It's a financing, Kwame. She said, Article 183 of the Constitution talks about the central bank, Section 2. Was say, Section 2A, was say the Bank of Ghana governor shall promote and maintain the stability of the currency of Ghana and direct and regulate the currency system in the interest of the economic progress of Ghana. It means that the finance is going to regulate for us to have a resilient economy. So with that finance, you cannot have the resilient economy. And it was the onus of the Bank of Ghana governor, according to the Section 2A of the Article 183, to regulate and promote and maintain the stability of the city. Next today, Kwame, the city, I hit it from 14.16%. Sorry, 16 to $1. And you took it from 3 Ghana cedis. Why then do you still have to tell me, say, I should not blame Bank of Ghana governor? And then they saw catch me say, I should exonerate him. Mentiase. Mr. Paul Wanka, Wampa. Dr. Kofi, Wampa. You accuse me, say, all the economic mess by in 2016 and the banking sector clean up the mess and banks need be collapsing. You say Mr. Paula your friend said Wampa and I didn't do me mebwa and a cover sano money now buy. And if you are attributing the collapse of the banking sector to Mr. Paul Wampa, Kofi Wampa, why then do we still have to exonerate Mr. Addison? I don't get it. It looks like I say onu kwa de ase yen kanasem. Ba kwam wo ka hu ne ye bref me de beka. Ye besi bi esi be o ka hu ne ye be.
I see. But the question is that, how do we blame the Bank of Ghana when, certain things are brought in place? Utie Mr. Obriaboa. Now, the question he put in here very important. Say, Sika, a free IMF, but trenches near the Ninano. Where do the monies go? Government implementation of certain policies. Why then do we blame just the Bank of Ghana?
Kwame, we have to also blame the Bank of Ghana governor because Kwame Timio, me be president and a casa.
Yeah,
I'm doing a presidential analysis. Listen to me, Dr. Kwabnadofo Dr. Kwame for the time from 2019 to 2013, we had the highest ever gross international reserve of over $5.3 billion. Just my make you $5.3 billion, and was the highest, seventh in Africa. Now today, how come that at a point under the administration of the Bank of Ghana governor, our reserve became the among the 4 lowest reserve countries in Africa? Even the World Tour countries, Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, Sudan, Chad, Burkina Faso are the only countries near ahead of them, and these are World Tour countries. I don't get it. Jamaican, what you say?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Now our foreign reserve among 4 lowest countries, and we are on and on and on. Dr. Kwabrado, for more time, we had a lot. We have seen a lot. Our Polakwa time. Babia, a beshemu, a bridge, a bemu. Dr. Kofi one per time, Uncle Ye. We said it. So media may say going forward, Kwame, we need to amend the section 4. Clause 4. What do you know? Yes. Yes. Now you set a target from a Bank of Ghana governor. So you do level be next year China winning the abiding side. Now a purely financing. Now and then the border the Bank of Ghana. Na Duma and I'm here to do level now. That's what in the Duma too. We can do it this way. Kwame, dan say the be a better honum. Guys, Abina is at fault. But you see, a changing finance minister. Finance minister, then the Duma, so making our city stability. The finance minister, his job is to make sure, so Obaka Kope Sika, Baby Obenya Sika, all tax and conform, and they executing the project of the government. And they are buying in the news we do. We don't have to exonerate the man. The crowd here back Kope Kwame. We don't have to. 60.8 billion. You better say a 2022 annual report. Basa. Kwame, just imagine. Me say menya banker, medical man kofwati, say menya banker, menya financial expert. Jabe kwacha say I'm looking forward to see Dr. Prince Obriyabwa to give me the tutorial. But Kwame, Jami Kaidi Kwame. If I'm not making sense, I'm confused. I'm not making sense.
This is common knowledge.
It's becoming some way. Kwame, be back and forth to you too much.
Okay.
You're back and forth to you too much.
Thank you. 28 after 9. I Kessben. Maminfa asidani be.
Dear, but Mr. Sapona.
The boy ode.
Oh. Sana mani pie.
Oh, this is boy ode.
Kwame.
Yeah.
At a point. Your reserve for Koya. I don't see a reserve. Kwame. Or maybe a reserve. America, or reserve. As I say, cater for about 3 good years. Say, case BBC. Let's be a question the more be a for 3 years. Jamaica, what I say, Uko UK, almost is about 3.5 years. Yeah, Ghana, yet near 5 months. At a point,
3 months,
near 5 months. But at a point, a drop it by 3 weeks. 3 good weeks. And it's the job. Okay, Bank of Ghana Act. They are all the job, the core functions of the Bank of Ghana governor.
Mami Faso Dani be marriage link consort for na anope mpacho wamwabwaye. Marriage link consort one organization mpacho dia wopese wunya ewa ware mu bia no wamobwa ama wonso onsa etimi eka. De di kan wa wadru mpani mfie so wadru age a wopese wunya ho kani se oye oba se oye bema mpacho ene womoye de friend no finding a partner enti womoye matching no e de mount papa eno ye one of their interesting product mpacho anope se woti ho na wo hweme na watwen ya che bema bia ma oba bia so no ho awotime se ne pa mpacho ma marriage link consult for enye se adwuma no enfam out. All you need to do no ene se obeme ye ho bema kra wani je no ho tintin tietia kokko tuntum oyede ani oyakan ni ana oyede wo free hi krube so no free adwuma be no oye for specifications ni nyina no ema yen na ye bepe wo so de obema no e de amount eno achi no we are bema. In fact, untimi nsi obape. A problem pa. Obi so a wahu no wani je no ho but untimi enka. Possibly, ebi a winshia will be so. But marriage link consult for ebe make sure say ubetimi ehia will be. They will pair you with a partner. And one say wama womo hu dia wo pe oba kra wani eje ne ho. De oye tuntum kokko tintin tietia. Any baby a wo free. Ni nyina no, you just give us the information and your systems no ebe pe na afeya mu hu say o pairing no aba wani je ho a na yetimi atumofo. Ye be ma mo marriage counseling ene eye relationship counseling na etimi aboamo na afemotimi emeti at the right time. Mpacho ene opese wo ware na afi sika no o budget no ewo form opese ye wedding no nhihye ni nyina ma kama marriage link consult for ebe ni nyina group weddings ni ade nyina no ye eno nchi anope only marriage link consult for eni nkomo wa wo pay futu ewo wa warem ongoing marriages more challenges no mpacho wo more counselors wo more professionals pa esa wo lawyers ewo ho no ma aware mu problems be brain na no anope say woni marriage link consult for edi nkomo a mpacho wo mo etinite ede ma na afiatimi aboa ama asomdwe nso abafie anope woni wo mo eni nkomo na de toso biem wo mo ababibie office ni bi ewo Kumase enti sese Kumase for mate depa ho hia se mo be bank ansa da mo nya ye service mpacho obekọ eye asafo Kremofo sorry dan no echi hwa e wasafo na afei ube ho say your office no fefe eho ana ewo na woni ye edi ensa wo so Bacho say wo pese wo free Kumase office na 055 0426 100 055 0426 100 no eye Kumase numbers no Bacho free na je directions no ene eye ensembisa hodo bi a wo bia no obisa ye beto ye bo ase ne ya kire bo pa afi mo am won cry no ye wo eye Tetswanika street e wa Belempe ye ne ma wako restaurant ana eben e wo Abelempe en cry ha Bacha no probably me afre 0201 919462 0201 919462 and afre 0554 415679 0554 415679 na only marriage link consult for any enkomo anope na wawari mu challenges here relationship mu challenges here but you need na sorted speak to us that we serve you the best in terms of marital issues and needs and okay speak to us na yebejo so aboa we ye Kwame fast that be Emma Kanisa Ventures na anope Kanisa for Eddie Kanisa Heba Mr. no Eddie Abadwa mai so mpacho wa honam yaw ete wo so pain aba be show so pa yare ahodo ete mpacho wanumro akọ hospitals ahodo ni nyina no enko anope the greatest assurance no ene say we yato yebo ase ana aye yede hahama ene eye intini ahodo ana aye yenu no ye correct enti anope unya Kanisa ni bi na wono no ma ya obia ya friend pain a ete osu bia no ebekọ na tu yare na se e de amount pacho se wo tie mi a obekọ techiman eho ye workshop no kese pa Kanisa shop no ewo ho ewo Kenten taxi run obenya ye no ni bi na watu no dudu mu akoton eno echi no herbal shop bi a woni bia obowura mu a obenya bi ewo ho baseline pharmacies ni nyina no eton bi anopay opese oni Kanisa edi nkomo afre 0247887436 and afi 0202990943 na woni Kanisa eni nkomo anopay acha wo bwada roba no mredi na into how ni nyina no asema Batampa prostate center for Adaroma prostate won how nyina no bacho ye tu ase prekope anope wo tie me ndra wo koda ye no before ade be chia no pay wadwonso mpredudu bebre anope eyo how prostate no ho ya atochima anope bra na Obatampa prostate center for enye ho adwuma ema eno achi wo wodwonso a wonya atenka se odwonso no ebi akemo pressure na edi achi no bacho ewo form the ultimate you know and it's problems in kitchen in air fresh and one when you anko and to say wadrum pempen so a de catheter at all baby a ho ana wo jonso e de fapacho e problem pa it's a prostate no a enye adwumane and pay Batampa prostate center for Adaroma bacho o wa rehwemu esa wa kwanya se obeba be pie yɛbɛboa wo ahwɛ na yɛyi catheter no ɛde afiri hɔ ama wo nso ho ɛtumi ase ɛbɛboa wo yie kwakyɛ bra na wo ne yɛmɛto nkyea na yɛbɛtu aseɛ ɛde ama apɛpɛ ɛno akyi no problems a mabɔ so no nyinaa no woyɛ bɛrima 40 years and above na wo ho symptoms no ɛwɔ wo ho ho mmɔden na wo ne ɔbatampafo ɛni nkɔmmɔ wo haw no nyinaa no wobɛtu aseɛ ɛde ama wo mo akyira kwan a wobɛkɔ kasoa nyenya no main road ne so fifi prat last stop ɛhɔ na wobɛhu wɔ adɔpɛ wo ne ɔbatampafo ni nkɔmmɔ on 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 na wo ne ɔbatampa prostate center for ɛni nkɔmmɔ adɔpɛ na wɔn bɛgye wo so na wɔn bɛtumi ahwɛ ɛtu yare ne nyinaa no ase ɛde ama wo adɔpɛ wɔn ada roma ana wɔn asɔ yɛ mu ma yɛde maakye dwumadie no ɛde aso. Few minutes to go. Now, your brain no aso. We just packing our goods and out of here. My main wish a year the celebrant. That's right. My main wish Obapa Lamisi. A very big happy birthday, my sister. It's your birthday today, and we celebrate you. We wish you the best of your new age. Pray for God's blessings upon your life. Pakeni Samson sir, I don't think you wish you the best of your new age. And your Papa, happy birthday to you. God bless you. Grant you grace and favor to journey on. I mean, wishing Ma Joa a very big happy birthday, Ma Joa. I don't pay you celebrate your birthday. God bless you so much. Little Joa, your auntie, Sister Salome. I hope you wish you the best of your new age. And together with the entire family, happy birthday to you. Grow to be a responsible kid. Happy birthday. God bless you. More grace and strength. I mean, sure. Ajwa. And a big one to Nana Yao Akoko. Tumfo Asin Henry. I hope happy birthday to you. Nana Wumpa. The second thing at the bar. Insure any one day. And to name the as you turn and you pray for the mercies of God upon your life. Happy birthday to you. We celebrate you for your greatness. You are indeed a kind-hearted person. I mean, sure, now when you're and let me wish Madam Joyce Owusu a very big happy birthday. Mama, it's your birthday this morning. I don't pay. We wish you the best of your new age with strength and good health, prosperity for many more years ahead of you. The grace of God should abide with you. Happy birthday to you. I mean, wishing Benny Patel a very big happy birthday. Benny, it's your birthday today. Celebrate you in a grand style. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Oh, yeah, talk. Oh, yeah, heavy. I don't pay you any to celebrate the new age in style and in good health. And most of your heart desires accomplished. I didn't shout now when you're happy birthday, Benny. And let me wish Desmond Tutu of Kessben Media Technical Team. I don't pay happy birthday to you, Desmond. God bless you. I didn't shout when you're for your selfless dedication. God bless you. Happy birthday. More strength and grace to your elbow. Happy birthday, my brother. I mean, shout out when you're wanting anymore and chill, pa. I will say thank you. We are out of here. But also Joy is up next with Midford Action together with the sports team. We need a Kwame Appiah Kubi. The show was produced by Richard Appiah, support lead producer Joe Preko Dankwa, and the rest of the team supported us behind. Thank you so much. We need a Kwame Appiah Kubi, Mr. Speaker. We are out of here. So Joe comes up next. Stay with him and the rest of our program. Adumtum Yani, our chilling. Good morning, Ghana. We are out.
Any journey I grab I feel when you're being here, I see us anymore. Hebasa, while you're a pan swatcher and a pampa, no be a son, you'll be a small. Only Pada sending I want my name where we are say, I saw my Tony on Conato, baby, and can farm home.